Teachers don't set up accommodations for kids who are special needs unless they are explicitly told to. This leads for more suspensions, detentions, and failing grades and school push out. I am here to make sure that those of us with special needs get through the school day without being criminalized. I am here for kids who get bullied because of their disorders. I am here for kids who are not in school because they got suspended or expelled for their disorders. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that everybody who came out today has an awesome day. Thank you.
Thank you, Deanna. Before I ask our next speaker to come up, I want to say that we have two members in Washington. They're speaking for White House Representatives Sanyi and Ramaya. Hang out there. Our next speaker is Tito from El Pueblo.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Jorge Ramos, and I'm 17 years old, and I was born in Mexico, and I came to this country when I was 5 years old. I was undocumented for a long time, and am now deferred action recipient, but that's a whole other story. I grew up in the Wake County school system, and I was probably in middle school when I started to notice certain inequalities in schools. Um, as I grew older, it became more and more apparent that they specifically affected the students of color, especially those from low-income households. It was always the Hispanic kids or the black kids being the ones in after-school detention or the ones getting into fights. You'd always hear people name their ethnicities as some sort of answer to why they were always in trouble or getting suspended. Yet those people always seem to forget to mention the double standards in schools or all those oppressive systems that have been in place for years to to express their behavior. Under zero tolerance policies, Hispanic youth are 3 times more likely to be suspended, expelled, and referred to court than white youth who commit the same infraction. And also, many Hispanic parents are often left out of their child's education due to language barriers or inflexible work hours. How is it okay to criminalize someone before they even given a chance to demonstrate their potential? Frequent uses of suspensions and expulsions reduce students' opportunities to learn. What is it about? No, what this is about is the criminalization of entire groups of people, both in the streets and in our schools. We shouldn't be afraid at the sight of a police car or of a school resource officer. How is it right that from an early age we are conditioned to think that we are doing something wrong just by being who we are, by existing? Solutions, not suspensions. Thank you.
Next up, we have Miss Rukia Dillahunt from Education Justice Alliance.
Education is a human right. Stop the criminalization of our youth. We do want our schools to be safe. The Education Justice Alliance has continued to struggle against the high suspension rate of students of color, the criminalization of our youth, and the high dropout rates of African American males and females as well as Latino students. We also have major concerns about the low performance scores of our youth on the state high stake testing exams. We have raised major concerns about the few numbers of African American and Latino students in the high level courses in middle and high schools. African American parents frequently have to push hard for their child to be tested for academically gifted classes in elementary school. Black students are disproportionately pushed out of school as a result of out of school suspension. The reality is that suspension and expulsion cause significant damage to youth development. Suspensions are associated with negative educational outcomes, including grade retention, poor academic performance, dropping out, and not graduating from high school. Black males are disproportionately incarcerated, with Black females numbers increasing today. In closing, we must continue to advocate and demand that Wake County schools and the school board recommend that school resource officers and security officers should not be involved in disciplining students for minor behavior offenses. Prohibit our school suspensions for minor offenses. Establish a community-based committee working task force specifically focused on school discipline. Solicit input from parents, students, and community stakeholders. We must continue to demand that schools implement restorative justice programs such as peer mediation, anti-bullying, training, peace circles, hire more guidance counselors, and social workers. Together, we must continue to struggle to end the school to prison pipeline. Thank you.
I said, my people, yeah, tell a story, yeah, tell the whole wide world this is student territory. I said, my people, yeah, tell a story, yeah, tell the whole wide world this is student territory. Woo!